crashing down on the Illini, hosting the New Mexico State Aggies. 92-45. Ready to tip it off, and the Aggies control the opening tip. They go on offense, and a prolific scoring offense. Shoot right around 48% from the floor. Immediately a bad shot forced. Senior Jonathan Wilkins short-arm the hook. And here comes that frenetic-paced offense of Illinois. Finke's been great over his last 3 or 4 ball games.
Wise decision that time. That's really not his game, creating off the bounce. He's dead-eye spot-up shooter.
Mark Smith diving in. Finke got it blocked away. 5 on the shot clock. Finke had it ripped away again. Good.
Scrappy. They do a good job on the glass as well.
Pretty veteran-laden club for first-year head coach Chris.
Opponents' possessions result in turnovers.
Te'Jon Lucas making the start. Nice look underneath. Mark Alstor missed the bunny inside. And New Mexico went through a little bit of a lull, but he's been great his last 2 weeks. Good look inside and a follow by Jamario Jones.
Yeah, A.J. Harris turned the corner. Illini fans may recognize him. Started his career at Ohio State.
Sophomore missed last year after transferring from Columbus. As Lucas.
Harris turns the corner and puts so much pressure on the defense. There's 3 Illini there going for the shot, but no.
Again, coming off a triple-double his last time out in a win against Eastern New Mexico. Going around the corner, Aaron Jordan gets his
career known more as just a spot-up jump shooter, but has really worked on his game.
And we welcome you folks who just watched Ohio State beat Appalachian State from Columbus. New Mexico State and Illinois tied up from the United Center along with Stephen Bardo. Jeff Levering with you. Illinois at 7-4 to begin this season. Big Ten play round 2 about to commence at the end of this month.
Looked like Allstark was trying to get in position to catch and make a move on that pass. This program.
Jordan with 1 to shoot, beat the shot clock, but short on the shot. Zach Lofton pulls down the rebound, and here come the Aggies.
Despite the miss, I like the decision. A lot of times you'll see guys just settle for a contested 3. He put some pressure on the defense by getting into the paint.
Jones going to work. Shot off the a little cold from the floor to start this one, just 1 for 6. Good pass inside to Te'Jon.
And things on the court. I think he sometimes focuses too much on scoring, but he can't be an elite defender. An excellent assist that time.
Lofton, too strong from NBA range. The other end, Allstar with a great feed.
Yeah, good job by Te'Jon Lucas. A lot of times point guards aren't used to guarding in the paint away from the basketball. He settled in quite nicely.
Tough little runner, that funny.
He's been really good his last 3 games. 18 points.
Here comes Allstark. Slams it home.
Expect him to be very active here.
And a good no call on a very similar move by Michael Finke on the help defense, too, to force the turnover as the high floater. Nope. And now Jordan has it go to the hands of Indier. And LaRon Black battling for a rebound. Illinois off to a good start.
Well, Mark Allstark picks up the rock and knows what to do with it. Exercises a little frustration at the rim.
For Brad Underwood teams, whether it's at Stephen F. Austin or Oklahoma State, he wants that defense to create good opportunities on offense. Allstark, tough shot inside, couldn't get it. Tips back out into the hands of the Aggies. Up ahead, A.J. Harris with all that speed. Finishes.
I thought Trent was going to go for the shot, but Harris got off the floor so quick, he couldn't do anything about it.
A.J. Harris having a resurgence after his transfer from Ohio State. And a walk by LaRon. Defensive pressure has been outstanding thus far for Illinois. Tough fadeaway for Zach Lofton. Not quite the result is his airness.
Oh, I don't know that in college we'll see many results quite like the Air.
Anywhere, anytime, any place. Not a lot like that number 23. Ron Black with a fadeaway. That one was short. Another rebound pulled down by Eli Chua. And A.J. Harris smartly pulls it back out. There's a three. NBA range. In and out by Jones.
This system, but they've got a lot of talent on this team.
Three seniors leading the way. Eli Chua, just as you mentioned, who's done such a nice job for this program out of Southern California, out in Redlands. Kipper Nichols walked with Eli Chua.
And the double team by the Illini, they were trying to catch the Aggies off guard, but Eli...
Pro prospect in the entire WAC coming into this season.
Oh, it's 6'7" with that range, and then he looks very comfortable on the post area, so guy that averaged pretty much a double last season.
A big-time mismatch right now with Trent Frazier on him. Trying to facilitate the left hand and getting the roll is Ron Black.
Well, you see Zach Lofton doing a really good job of getting to the rim, and then there's the push.
Position and play good defense, too.
And so the Illini are going to have to go a lot smaller and use their quickness on the defensive end.
And now
position, so you know he gets good looks.
29 points in his last game for Lofton against Eastern New Mexico. Offense has gone a little stale for Illinois. Jordan, tough move.
Like Aaron Jordan blew a tire right there when he wanted to elevate. There was nothing there.
Step back from Lofton and a little bit of a heat check, but an offensive rebound, battling for it, 1-on-3. And the Aggies come away with it again. Tough shot. And before
it's Brad Underwood and Chris Jans, you're not going to find more intense coaches.
Almost in our lap, folks. He's coming right at you.
Well, Keon doing exactly what the Illini try to do in terms of denying the first pass. Have definitely brought the intensity. The Illini started quickly, but the momentum has definitely shifted.
This is a big game for New Mexico State. Again, 8-2 coming in, but your juices are running a little bit more playing in an NBA arena, the United Center. Another turnover. Keon Jones smartly pulls it back out. Lofton, a good pass underneath the Jones. Still battling and off of Finke. What a
triple-double already this season. And has a presence of mind to tightrope the sideline, staying better.
He's the sixth man on his team a season ago as Jones underneath on the timeout. We talked about how this is a Lou Henson tribute game today. The all-time leader in wins for both programs. New Mexico State and Illinois led both teams to Final Fours.
And we're just really proud that you're paying tribute to you today with these two programs that owe you a huge debt of gratitude.
Inducted into the College Basketball Hall of Fame a couple of years ago. Court named after him down at the State Farm Center in Champaign. Had a bobblehead day for him. Oh, yeah. You got that proudly in your office.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yes, I do.
Nice move underneath. Not only the floor in Champaign named after Lou Henson, but the one down in Las Cruces as well.
Yeah, that's quite an honor. Jimmy Collins was on that Final Four team, who was our assistant.
Anderson, I believe, was here.
Yeah, Kitty Battle down on the baseline, and a couple other guys. T.J. Wheeler in the house.
And now the cold streak continues for Illinois from the floor. Not just 4 for 14, but a...
Yeah.
That's fun.
No doubt about it.
Deserves every bit of the accolades he's getting, especially tonight. And tough to get one floor named after you, let alone two.
That's true.
Jamario Jones off the heel and fast break opportunity. 1-on-4. Trent Frazier trying to complete it. Couldn't do it. And Jones with the rebound on the other end. Transition defense good this time for Illinois.
And they got into a zone defense last time. Seemed to have slowed the Aggies up somewhat.
Wilkins with the left hand side.
LeRon Black in the game. LeRon can be a little bit more physical, but he's got 2 fouls, so I think he's going to have to step up defensively.
Williams trying to find Aaron Jordan. Swinging around and reset. Look inside. Aaron Jordan.
In that possession, and Deere had really good position, closed out and did not allow him to get an open three, but Jordan just kept moving.
Trying to get a couple of stops on defense, the Illini. Stop this Aggie train. Three ball by Lofton. Nothing but this point. He's got 7.
I'll tell you what, the Illini not able to get stops, so they can't get into their defensive pressure.
Really nice feed to finish it off, but going back to Wilkins with a nice touch underneath.
Well, he crab dribbled to the paint, got Finke to move, and then goes off glass. And then really good play by Adir to draw the defense. That's where you want to get it against a zone defense.
Attempted a 3.
Well, and they've got to get back to this right here. Their man-to-man defense that really put some pressure on the Aggies. Are definitely coming up with turnovers, but the Aggies have been really good here in the last 5 minutes.
Kipper Nichols on the floor for the first time for Illinois as well. Frazier nearly forcing the turnover. And then underneath, Chua.
Basketball. Looked like Lofton is going to be stopped, but really good pocket pass to Chua.
Kipper Nichols, who missed the last game against Longwood with a foot injury. Back on the floor, pump fake, and too strong. Eboy Bodine with the offensive rebound. Frazier launches for the 3. Too strong. Eboy Bodine was in the mix again. And here come the Aggies.
The only thing about playing in an NBA arena, these college players think they need to shoot from NBA range like that.
Lofton does such a difference for these college players.
Well, and they want to prove that they can shoot from there instead of taking the college 3, which is a lot easier.
All-Star with an off.
Taking by the Illini. All-Star, you see nothing but black jerseys right there. There was nowhere to go. Poor decision by Mark.
A little bit more talking now on this defensive possession. That's what they need. Chua down low on Eboy Bodine. Tough move with the right hand. Everything but the...
Chua is such a highly sought-after player and really a possible draft pick.
Kipper Nichols.
So the game is not hard, Jeff, but college kids can make it tough sometimes.
McCants and now Buchanan with the basketball. Nice job by Tijon Lucas. Mark Smith with inverted contact and a good no call. 6 to shoot.
And Deere looked like he was banged up a little bit.
And Deere locked up.
The scene here in the first half. But take nothing away from New Mexico State because they played outstanding here, especially in the last 10 minutes of this half.
8 for 13 since starting 2 out of 10 as Mark Smith buries his shot. That's a guy that's kind of gone missing for Illinois' offense.
Yeah, he's been inconsistent. There's a lot of pressure on him, and I think, like a lot of young players, he's so consumed with scoring in basketball, but got the ability to do a lot of different things. Eye on that young man. He gets it easy, really very athletic, and not 100%. And still playing.
Turnover by Illinois. 5 by New Mexico State so far. 9-point lead for the Aggies. And a corner 3 is dropped.
Verbal communication, but they're playing on a string right now.
Brad Underwood, you saw the look on his face, just kind of surveying what he's seeing out on the floor and wants to make a personnel change. We go back to Chua.
I mean, Chua, we've seen him go left-hand hook, right-hand hook, jumping from three-point line. And then A.J. Harris didn't do a lot of this at Ohio State, but seems a lot more comfortable.
And doing a nice job so far against a former Big Ten foe. So much speed with A.J. Harris.
Yeah, and he's low to the ground, so he's going to be lower than anybody that's guarding him. That makes him very difficult to keep out of the paint.
Tijon Lucas has his hands full. Chua drawing a double momentarily. Keon Jones knocks down a good amount of fans making their way from Las Cruces, New Mexico to watch their Aggies. And they're up by 15 points.
Excellent feed out of the post. Chua anticipating a double coming.
Court is coming up in just over 5 minutes from Chicago, not too far from where we are right now at the United Center. Dave Rebson, Robbie Howell will take you through a big day in the Big Ten. Michael Finke off the mark. A nice offensive rebound by Smith. Blocked on the backside.
Freshman goes into the paint and grabs a man-sized rebound and has the strength to finish. And a little bit frustrated with the way the Illini are playing right now. You can see it on his face.
First time we went down to Illinois, Stephen, one of the first games in the Brad Underwood era. Your lane violation. second play. But some better sequences on the defensive end for Illinois, and that's a good sign. LeRon Black back on the floor with his 2 fouls. Cross-court pass, and that 3 is too strong. And
Black fouls. Underwood rolling the dice right now.
And Michael Finke, who has not scored a point, he's 0 for 4 from the floor today, coming off 19 points and 7 boards. And a block by Wilkins.
Played at Illinois State. His brother played college basketball as well, so nice bloodlines for Wilkins.
Went to La Lumiere High School as well. Basketball factory.
That's right.
David Swanigan and the like is Lofton.
He really rocked DeMonte Williams to sleep with that rhythm dribble. You got to respect his ability to go to the hole, but then he gets enough space for that jumper.
New Mexico State, as DeMonte Williams got free and short on his shot. Defensively, they're doing a really nice job of not allowing the cutters to get to their spots.
Good observation, Jeff.
I'm hanging out with you too long.
I don't know if you should hang around me too long. You might get in trouble.
Frazier, just beyond the...
Trent Frazier was a really high-volume scorer in high school, so he's a guy that is not going to lose his confidence.
Frazier forcing the turnover. Finke got the layup.
And the tip to get it to Finke for the easy bucket. The Illini trying to claw their way back into this.
Glad he mixed in centrifugal force.
I had to get it in.
Everybody's going to their dictionaries. Centrifugal. What? Jones with the 3. Nope. And get the offense going a little bit for Illinois. That's what they really needed. Some stops on defense. They're shooting just 38% from the floor.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Aggies have done a fantastic job of keeping the Illini off the line. Illinois leads the nation in free throws made at 235. They've only got to the line one time here this half.
Good look inside.
The Aggies went to a zone. Anytime you can get into the teeth of the zone and look opposite, usually bodes well for you.
Frazier nearly came away with a steal. Jones on the other end, though.
Wilkins and Chua are excellent post passers. They're not black holes when they get the ball. They're willing passers. Good cut to the rim. It looks like a 1-1-3, but it's really a 2-3 zone here.
Allstork from long distance off the backboard.
Get the ball right into the area there, and you see that Allstork got the ball, looks opposite down to Kipper Nichols.
Gets into their head that they got to shoot behind the black line instead of the white one.
That's right. So guys, you're in college. Dominate on this level, and you'll have an opportunity at the next.
Lofton, a one-on-one game with Allstork. And Lofton, 11.
They're going to have to consider doubling Lofton when he starts to put it on the deck. Because if you can handle the basketball for 11 seconds in a possession like that, you're eventually going to find a seam.
Back into the zone for New Mexico State. A minute to play in Chicago as Finke from the corner.
Nichols will go to the post, and then when it goes opposite, they'll adjust.
Allstork one-on-one, baseline Lofton, same exact move and same.
Lofton knows he's on a big stage and he's trying to showcase himself.
Lofton with 13 points. Don't forget State Farm halftime report is coming up. Dave Rebson, Robbie Hummel will be in studio for you. Finke, another corner. That time just rimmed in and out. Awfully impressive on the road. Gotta go, and Buchanan lost track of how much time for the Aggies.
He has, and you know, at first we noticed that he was really forcing the issue, Jeff, but then he settled down, got some jumpers to flow. He got to the rim a couple times, and then the teammates started clearing out for him, like on this play right here. Kind of rocks the freshman DeMonte Williams to sleep. 6 of 10 from the field, 13 points.
You know, Brad Underwood went to that locker room at halftime. Not offensively, the Illini just not executing what they want to execute on the defensive end. New Mexico State, again, doing what they want on offense. Shooting 50% of that first half. And trying to get some touches for Illinois. LeRon Black has started this second half and already a turnover. Lofton got tripped up by Allstork. Missed the layup.
Progressive, good things tend to happen.
Notable that Sidney Indier picked up his third personal moments ago as LaRon Black goes to the right.
Normal spread offense and went to a simple pick and roll and got him into the paint.
For Black, his first points. He had those 2 fouls, a couple of rebounds, and a couple turnovers in the first half. Inside, Lofton hangs in.
But I want to see from the Illini, if you're an Illini fan, good help there.
Illinois coming out of the gates. I'm sure Brad Underwood certainly like to see that. Tejon Lucas with a kicking violation. That's what LaRon Black's going to have to face once Big Ten play opens up again.
Yeah, LaRon Black has a uniquely high release on his shot that allows him to get it off against taller defenders. We'll see it probably right here.
There he goes with a fadeaway. A tough shot rimmed in and out. Kind of that Karl Malone up and over the top of the head look.
Yeah, really high release point.
Wilkins trying to go in on LaRon Black. Nice job. A slight reset by the Aggies. Lofton on Allstork. Cuts through a couple. Lofton with the right hand. High degree of difficulty. Couldn't get it to follow.
He has had some misses. He's 6 of 10 from the field in the first half, but he's definitely had some opportunities where he didn't convert.
0 for 2 so far to start this second half. Tejon Lucas.
One side to the other in the spread offense. Brad Underwood said before the season that when the ball gets to the backside on this particular action, the shot percentage Illini, that time they seem to go where they wanted to.
Offensive rebound by Tejon
Lucas coming short.
Crowd starting to re-engage. And a block by LaRon Black. Defense turning into offense. Just a 6-point game. Smith cuts through a couple. Shot no. He couldn't follow. But LaRon Black with an offensive rebound. Another opportunity. 1-on-3. And final offense for Illinois.
You don't see this very often in basketball where the free throw shooter gets his own shot and gets a layup. And then on the other end, LaRon Black, really good timing. They had gotten away with the...
Tejon Lucas starting to spark this offense. Aaron Jordan back on the floor. He started this second half on the bench after starting the game.
Boy, it is physical in the paint right now.
Wilkins forced.
Look at this battle between Wilkins and Black. And Wilkins doing a really good job of using his...
Old school Big Ten, old school Big East. That style of play.
I agree. And you see Illinois going away from their spread. They're trying to get Black into the paint.
Smith cutting through. Finke trying to battle, and finally, Jamario Jones able to pull it down.
Lofton wants to shoot this. You can tell. He starts patting that rock really quickly. He's trying to create some space.
Buchanan looking for somebody open. It'll be Lofton. 23 on 23. Lofton drives with the right hand. No.
Closing down that dribble penetration on Lofton.
Great ball fake by Aaron Jordan here in the second half.
Yeah, you know what? He bumped it. Okay. If you're Aaron Jordan, get up, go to the line, or get the ball back, and just keep doing what you're doing because you've got the leading scorer.
In the first half, too. You know, Lofton just kind of out of his game and out of his element right now.
Yeah, and if you are the Illini, you want to make him uncomfortable. The post players on each elbow, and then the point guard comes off of one side and either looks to post up or go to the hole just like we saw.
That's what they were missing big time in the first half. Is Indier back on the floor with his 3 fouls, misses from the three-point line. And New Mexico State is 0 for 6 from the floor this half. Black doubled inside Lucas. Finke. And nice tip in.
Different Illini team, and the crowd's starting to get into it now.
10-0 run for the Illini. Looking for a stop on defense. Good switching. And Finke. Game, Illinois back right in it.
Boy, you're not going to see many easier shots than that by Tejon Lucas. And then Finke a little bit short, but LaRon Black there to clean it up.
Cable confirming who the shooter will be.
I think it's Jamario Jones, right?
Should be. Or who the foul is on.
Oh, okay.
Finke, you could get Aaron Jordan for it. So Illinois has only gone to the line. And Jones misses the set.
Still getting three-quarter court pressure. New Mexico State not necessarily trying to get a steal, but slow the offensive possession down.
Jordan, this was his first three-point attempt of the game. Shoots 60% on the season. Buchanan with the floater. Couldn't get it. And Tejon Lucas skies for the rebound. Pair of point guards on the floor right now for Illinois. Jordan tries again. That time he's didn't.
If I could get that out.
Got time left in the half.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Time to make adjustments like Illinois did at halftime. Defense and the country at doing just this.
Yeah, good job by Finke. A really good pass right in his chest. If it's anywhere else, he doesn't.
Way back when.
Yeah, it's amazing that you see college teams and their momentum swings and what we've seen. Zach Lofton gets a hard foul, and all of a sudden, he's out of the game, and the Illini seem to really take advantage here.
LaRon Black had it tipped out of his hands, got it back, four to shoot. Black, nope. And controlled by Jones. Aggies pushing the tempo. And now Indier slows it down a bit. DeMonte Williams has been a staple of Brad Underwood. Go to the locker room at halftime and make adjustments.
Yeah, they've definitely done that here.
And 0 for 7 from the floor. Only point coming on a free throw.
And they need to get the ball to Chua. If I'm the Aggies, I'm trying to get Chua the rock.
Chua's not moving a lot. Just kind of hanging out in the post with LaRon Black. 5 to shoot. And a trap.
Starting to come apart at the seams.
The body language has not been very good in this second half. Good help that time by Chua. Out of bounds. Going to go to turnover. 9th of the game for Illinois.
Good hands by Indier, who has taken on the role of the defensive stopper.
And playing with 3 fouls. Get inside to Chua. Going on LaRon Black. Body bumping, and Chua missed the left-hand hook. Cool in the post. Shoulder to chest. See if LaRon Black does the same thing. He sure does. Goes with the right hand. And both 0 for 2 on their possessions.
Yeah, both guys trying to get into the chest of the other to create that space.
Harris flying around. And
Aggie's kind of missing his presence on the offensive end.
Trying to create some space. LaRon Black.
Far enough away to where the defense has to go a longer. Oh, my goodness.
Harris with the right hand.
But he's not out there trying to stay in front of A.J. Harris. Guy is quick as a hiccup.
And a foul. Even they're doing it by getting a lot of paint touches.
Yeah, LaRon Black has decided to post up inside and get more aggressive. They've had some dribble penetration. Tejon Lucas right there. He was able to get his miss off of a free throw and get a layup. Nice tip in by LaRon Black.
And Indier just picked up his 4th personal. He is,
but he's electing to keep him on the bench.
A.J. Harris on the floor as well. He's got 3 fouls. Nobody for Illinois in foul trouble at all. Nobody with more than 2.
The Illini drive back into a 2-3 zone and Morse to a 3-2 zone, Morse to a 2-3 when the ball goes to the sideline.
Mario Jones tries to drive, couldn't hit it. Finke battling. Tipped out. All-Stork has just 2 points in this game.
You can see some pick and pop action with Finke right here. He can take Chua outside.
There he is. Finke from the baseline, too short. But he had to look.
See that ball exchange, and then he slides away from the defense, but looked like he was fading that time on the release.
Finke double figures in his last 3 games, including 19 last time against Longwood.
Chua's got to touch the ball this possession.
Long 3 three that time. No good. Illinois coming back to get you again.
I'm telling you, you've seen it on both sides. Guys that have no business taking shots that far, but the House of Jordan makes you feel that here in the second half.
Number 20 with 10 boards. Averages almost halfway through this second half. Illinois with their first lead since it was 8-7 in the first half. Chua trying to go up and under, tough shot. And Finke with a board on the weak side. Finke has 8 rebounds.
And like LeBron Black got away with a little contact as Chua tried to go up on that release.
Frazier, top of the key.
The Illini fighting and scrapping, and finally, Trent Frazier comes up with a big three to get the crowd involved.
And it is Lou Henson Tribute Night. Coached both of these programs, all-time leading win leader at not only New Mexico State, but also at Illinois. Took both teams to the Final Four, and we're all hoping that Lou has a quick recovery. A little under the weather, couldn't be here tonight. His wife Mary there, seated right behind us. Both floors named after Lou Henson. State Farm Center and the arena out in Las Cruces as well. Deep three, Wilkins, wow.
And now Zach Lofton finally back in the game for New Mexico State, so the Aggies back to full strength.
T-John leaders all season, now 10, he's made half of them.
Tell you what, T-John Lucas playing similar to the way that he did against Northwestern. He was really aggressive down the stretch and in overtime. And Chris Jans asking Lewis Garrison, why can't he get a foul?
Nice denial that time by Lofton on the pass. And now a steal by Jones. Jamario feeds Chua. The flush.
Early in the year, 4th in program history. So he touches all aspects of the game.
He's got 10 boards. That was his first assist to go with 7 points. Give and go action with Black and Lucas. Ron Black.
Right here, Jamario Jones shooting the gap, coming in, drawing the defense, and laying off for an easy deuce for Chua. So
Ron Black, back play against Chicago State on January.
They are away from home quite a long time.
Lofton, one-on-one, trying to get through that screen. Lofton, there's another.
And I think he's got his composure back, Jeff.
They're playing with a little chip on his shoulder now. LeBron Black, one-on-one against Wilkins, fading away. Tough shot.
Defensively, he stopped him from going to the paint. LeBron Black fades away. I don't know if Wilkins can be in a better position defensively, but Black didn't. Jeff, you and I know about the Seton Hall Pirates. They for the winning play.
Lofton going around the edge. Euro step with the left hand.
A smooth game to him. He's strong. He's got good range on his jumper, and he can get to the rim.
Had a tough start to the second half, but since being entered into the game again, he has taken over. Black, tough shot.
Able to finish. A lot of contact in there.
Black with 15 points, all in his second half. Lofton going against Lucas. Back, first to Lofton.
Watch how he just slows a little bit, takes a big step past Jordan, and is able to finish. And then LeBron Black holding off the defense, takes his time. Boy, that's a lot of contact and a good shot
In the first half, should say 15 points in the second half. Just one shot in the first because of foul trouble.
We don't want to forget about T-John Lucas as well. 5 of 5 from the field.
Lofton.
The only one that needs to be shooting that. Maybe he and Aaron Jordan. That's about it.
Around the corner, left hand. T-John Lucas couldn't get the roll. Ends this little back and forth we've had between New Mexico State and Illinois. There's a three. And that one's down by Keon Jones.
I'll tell you what, the Aggies doing a great job of responding here.
And Brad Underwood realizes it takes a timeout. The Aggies on a run. Back-to-back threes by Lofton and Jones to give them the lead again.
Well, on the back of the jerseys of the Aggies, there's two guns. And Lofton puts them back into the holster after the three. And then a nice ball movement, swing out to Jones in the corner. And the Aggies have an impressive response to the Illini. There you go.
There's these guys.
That's right. New Mexico State has 11 straight top 3 finishes in the conference.
Here goes Jones with a steal on the down play from New Mexico. They are fired up.
As well they should be. Boy, the Aggies started slowly here this half, but they have awakened.
Now Illinois going to try and match that intensity. 5.5 minutes to go. And Jones is cramping up.
And shooting the gap once again. That's the second time we've seen this. The first time he gave it up to Chu.
A.J. Harris back on the
This guy here, whack opponents are going to hate to see him when he's not cramping. Jamario. Thank you, Jeff.
Tejon Lucas heads to the bench. You got it, partner.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You don't need Mr. and Mrs. Jones getting on Twitter and getting upset at us. Jamario.
He's doing an excellent job for this Aggies ball club, and believe me, he's not going to be out long.
As soon as that cramp goes away, right back in there. A.J. Harris
Through the balance. You've seen Chua have a chance. Wilkins has scored in the paint. Jones has hit some threes. Lofton has led them. A.J. Harris has been solid. It's an excellent effort by New Mexico State.
Jordan got locked up with Wilkins and another turnover. 9 straight makes on this end of the floor for the Aggies.
And that's a good no call right there. Jordan was trying to get bailed out on the foul. Good no call.
Brian Wilkins in the soft spot underneath. Lofton didn't hit. A time by New Mexico State, just didn't finish off the possession. Ron Black getting a touch. Double comes. Frazier had it wide open. Now takes it.
But the Illini going to have to stiffen up here defensively if they want to close this game out.
Harris just went right by, and a blocking foul to Ron Black.
From SpongeBob socks, man, they got to be a player.
Hasn't reached my household yet.
Oh, it will.
New Mexico State missing a pair of free throws, 1 for 4 today from the line. Only 4 opportunities all in this half. But Frazier has ignited this offense for Illinois, nearly turned it over. 10 to shoot, deep three, Frazier.
Night off of his career high. Seems to be channeling some of that same energy.
He's got 13 and playing great defense. Lofton draws the double, and he carried it. Again, knocked it down a 3.
Well, this is, Wilkins at 6'10". Got his hand in his face, but Frazier
gone to the line as well. And a carry. Indeer on the floor with 4 fouls. Being locked up with Aaron Jordan. Good help by Michael Finke. Under 3 minutes to play in Chicago. Harris cutting through the defense. Up and under. What a play by A.J. Harris.
Oh, the paint. They're going to have to double team him, Jeff, because he can get to the rim at will.
Back and forth we go at the United Center.
I'm sure there was a little bit of extra incentive for A.J. Harris coming back to Big Ten country.
Transfer from Ohio State, missed all last year. Frazier got it blocked away by Chua.
Chua blocked that with 2 hands.
8th block of the night by New Mexico State.
They need to get the ball back to A.J. Harris, in my opinion.
They got it in the hands. The fadeaway, short. Bad miss. Chua dishes it off. Jones back on the floor.
These are some tough Aggies. Chua and Jones playing catch in the paint after 2 offensive rebounds.
Nice move. Tejon Lucas. Harris. He can do whatever he wants right now, driving the basketball. And the Illini going to slow things down after two of their players hit the deck. It's the second time Finke's been tied up like that. Frazier deep three. Off the mark. LeRon Black, another board up. Tie game at 9:69 as we go to our State Farm assist of the game. Eli Chua underneath.
That's excellent teamwork underneath by the two bigs. And then Te'Jon Lucas, a little Euro step, gets the rock. And then LeRon Black really bailed out the Illini, Jeff, because that was a difficult shot. What an impressive
Post-game reaction straight from the arena. Big show coming up next on BTN. A minute and change to play.
Zone defense here by the Illini. Watch Zach Lofton come out right there.
There he is. Pops, and he's too strong. Good weak side rebound. How do they finish this one tonight?
You're talking about Maryland. You're talking about Northwestern.
Tough shot, Frazier. And out of bounds it was off of Chua.
Tough shot right there. Oh, yeah, they got the call right. But tough shot by Trent Frazier. He's taking two very low.
Big to know, both teams with one timeout. Possession arrow with the Aggies of New Mexico State. And the fouls, too. Up ahead, Chua. Te'Jon Lucas with the foul and a chance for a three-point play by A.J. Harris. It looked like Te'Jon Lucas was trying to foul Chua before because they had fouls to give. Didn't get the call on the initial.
But Aaron Jordan, that's just a poor decision. You telegraphed the pass against a very quick New Mexico State team. There were two players that had
points over turnovers as Harris converts. In and out. Frazier missed them both. Tried for the steal, and now foul. Not too much clock to burn off, though. There's Allstork's foul. Shitter, his first attempt of the night. No good. That's a big miss for New Mexico State. Up ahead, Mark Smith. Really turned it. This second half, Illinois has been led by LeRon Black. All of his points coming in the second period.
Yeah, he's been really active, and his teammates have really looked for him in the post. And when he's in that mid-post range, and if they don't double-team him, he is really tough to stop. You know, but I also, Jeff, in this scenario, Michael Finke.
Put it in the hands of Frazier. Deep three. Too strong, rebound, Chua, and a foul.
I think they were looking for a pick and roll situation, but New Mexico State was switching every screen. Left on the clock to get a little bit better look.
Chua buries two to make it a 5-point game with 3.5 seconds left. Illinois needs some big-time help. Frazier misses. And New Mexico State comes into the United Center and takes down Illinois 74-69.
That's an impressive victory by the Aggies. I mean, they took a powerful punch by the Illini here in the second half. Struggled offensively, but found their rhythm. And great sharing of the basketball down the stretch by the Aggies.
Big win for Chris Jans. His Aggies improved to 9-2 as Zach Lofton with 23 points to lead the way for New Mexico State. Well, that's going to do it for us at the United Center in Chicago.